I'm Rob Elford with Gale Force Winds. So many exciting conversations, so much exciting networking opportunities here at Innovation Waves, the inaugural conference for Oceans Advance. And it's a joy for me now to speak with someone. I'm really excited about this conversation. So, Moya, please introduce yourself and talk about why you're here.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Moya Cahill. I'm CEO and President of Maritime Energy Services. And I'm here today to really celebrate our ocean tech ecosystem. I'm really excited for what's happening here today. I give kudos to Shelley Penton of Ocean Advance, our CEO of Ocean Advance, for really stepping up to the plate to help us celebrate the success of Canada's, and particularly Newfoundland and Labrador's ocean tech community.
And talk a little about why Oceans Advance is an important entity in this ecosystem.
Well, you know, it's that cluster which is really focusing on our oceans. And yesterday at the conference, I loved Michelle Sims had an analogy that if you wrap a bubble around Holyrood to through to St. John's, we've got the highest density of ocean tech in the world. And I mean, that's quite a statement. And you know what? I'm really excited with that. Because when you combine that, with our centers of excellence, our academia, our Memorial University, Seacor, Marine Institute, College of North Atlantic, it really makes a great story that we really have to step up and be proud of and communicate to everyone.
Absolutely, right here in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
It is so exciting. And with all that's happening in the tech sector here, and of course with now government announcements of dual-use technologies or trying to bolster up the defense agenda, given all of the global security issues that are going on. Talk a little about dual use, this harsh environment we're working in, and why this is a real opportunity for the sector, the tech sector here in Newfoundland.
It is a great opportunity, and certainly, if I put my Pangeo hat on of days gone by, and certainly Kraken, when we brought those two entities together, Kraken was predominantly defense, and Pangeo was predominantly commercial. But when you brought those two entities together with that dual focus on defense and commercial, it really made a really powerful statement within the industry and within the sector. And today, as we all see, really proud to see how successful Kraken has been with following that business model.
Absolutely. Moya, why is it working here?
You know what? I think it's huge support from the government. I know I will put my hat off to the government for supporting innovation. But we have a great community here. Our associations, whether they be the Energy NL, whether it be Oceans Advance, NIA, NATI, these are all great organizations that really help support our technology, our small and medium enterprises. Yeah. A great way of, there's a lot of really true, genuine mentoring here in Newfoundland and Labrador, and I think we being the folks like myself who've been around, done it, got a few T-shirts out of it. We want to be able to pass on a little bit of advice and support to those companies that are coming up through the ranks.
So much ingenuity here.
It is, yes, yeah.
So what gets you most excited about all this? What the last couple of days?
Yeah,
what's got you all fired up?
Yeah, well, we've got a bit of an announcement to make under Maritime. So I'm doing it all over again. So Pangea, we had a really exciting chapter, particularly from me and for the team that worked with me. With Maritime now, which was my original project management engineering company, we've gone out and actually purchased a seabed robotic drill, and we're bringing it to Newfoundland, and we're upgrading the hydraulic systems. And we partnered up with the launch. We've partnered up with the provinces come in and supported us on this project. New Dock are there to help. Really, we're looking at creating a center of excellence for robotic manufacturing, for robotic seabed manufacturing. The launch is going to be there to demonstrate our technology this time next year. So it's really exciting. We're building a team here and making it happen all over again.
This is the kind of stuff that's happening here in this forum, in our province, through the networking of Oceans Advanced.
Yeah.
It's a fabulous ecosystem that's being built here.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is, and this technology is going to be a game changer for floating offshore wind.
So talk a little about that. How is it going to be a game changer?
Well, the technology is, when we talk about floating wind,
Yeah.
as you know, as you may appreciate, there's a lot of offshore wind happening in Europe, in Scotland, and in Europe and elsewhere in the world. Hasn't come here. Offshore wind hasn't come to Atlantic Canada yet, but certainly Nova Scotia is making great strides in working on their licensing for this year.
Yeah.
Newfoundland and Labrador will be on the coattails of it, which I think is really, really exciting. But in order to make floating wind scalable or industrialized, you really need to have innovation to be able to accelerate the installation of these offshore wind farms, and of course operations and operations and maintenance.
Yeah.
So to put it a little bit in perspective, we're all familiar with floating offshore wind with FPSOs.
Yeah.
So an FPSO is anchored down with anywhere from 8 to 12 anchors. Well, to then parallel that to what's going to have to happen with floating wind, we have these floating platforms to support the turbines. And each one of these floating turbines platforms are going to have anywhere from 8 to 10 anchors, and you multiply that by 100 platforms, that's over 1,000 anchors that have to be monitored offshore.
Yeah.
So it's a huge project, a huge project that requires technology to support that scalability. The Myrtle project, which is what we've tagged our Maritime project, is going to actually use a seabed drill, a robotic seabed drill, to install these anchors. And at the same time, we're going to be using measurement while drilling, an innovation that's going to really be a game changer to accelerate the site investigations and the geotechnical information that we're going to require in order to make the industry that much more risk-free.
Yeah. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for believing in what is achievable here. Thank you for your leadership in helping us achieve that, and thank you for this conversation today.
Yeah. Well, thank
fabulous.
you. It's really exciting for me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.